Hey y'all, it's Nata Fe. Welcome back to another spooky video. Welcome to the Chan.
I haven't done this in a while.
I kind of think I forgot. Hey y'all, this is Nata Fe. Welcome back to another
Spooky video.
I hope you're watching this in the dark because it does not make sense to watch this with light on. And remember, there's always somebody behind you, under you, or maybe even both. I would check if I was you. We're gonna go ahead and get back into it. We're gonna start reading scary stories. I hope you guys enjoy them. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go back. So there has to be like a lot of stuff to read and catch up on because I have not seen a lot of things. But okay, I already saw some scary shit. So we're gonna go back on to the day. I have noticed that this page does talk a lot about the hospital, Mercy Hospital. I really want to go back, but I haven't really been prioritizing things as much as I should.
I really haven't, and I'm so sorry about that.
So this is a picture that was sent in. I don't know if the picture is with the story. I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb because okay, let's get into the story. Okay, so this was sent in from a follower. There's this door in the basement that leads to a lower level of the hospital. Yes, lower than the basement. You can feel the floor slanting as you walk further down the hall. When we passed that door from the basement to the sub-basement, something about this long tunneled hallway made me feel uneasy out of nowhere. I had images of an old man wearing a blue button shirt with some yellow words stitched onto his left side that I couldn't make out. He had blue jeans on and boots, grayish hair and brown skin. He had a tool belt on and was carrying a toolbox. I didn't see him, but that image of this man came into my head as I stopped walking. I don't know why this happened. I'm no psychic to be seeing this. This was as if he was once an electrical worker or some type of maintenance. But she didn't take a picture, so why is there a picture? I guess he took a picture of how it looks. So that is the basement that he was walking into. Oh, hell no. Okay. This is a case that always scares me and will always scare me, always giving me nightmares. It's a case of Anneliese Michel. In the late 1960s, Germany, a teenage girl named Anneliese Michel suddenly began exhibiting some disturbing behaviors. She tore the clothing from her body and knocked religious icons from the walls, ripped apart rosaries, hid under the table and barked like a dog, and compulsively did 400 squats a day. When she refused to eat, she claimed that the demons forbid her from doing so, and instead chewed on spiders, coal, and flies. She ran uncontrollably around the house and flung herself about with abandon, often injuring herself in the process. At night, she would only sleep on a stone floor when she wasn't screaming for hours on end. Eventually, her highly religious parents became certain she was possessed by demons and subjected her to nearly a year of exorcisms. By June of 1976, the exorcisms had left her emaciated with fractured teeth, bruised limbs, and black eyes. In her last session on June 30th, 1976, she uttered some of her last words when she asked the priest for absolution. Then she turned to her mother and said, "Mother, I'm scared." The very next day, she was dead at 23 years. That picture is so fucking haunting. This is a picture. This picture was taken at a local elementary school in Laredo, Texas a few years back. It seems to be a spirit of a child standing by the glass door. You can clearly see an arm and head of a child. Rumor has it that the elementary school had plenty of paranormal activity experienced by those who stayed after school hours. What do y'all think? I can't really see much. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, because I think I'm just being hella blind. The head of a child. This is a picture that was taken the day before Halloween, I think. Took his photo off from my surveillance camera that's outside in my backyard. So last night my dogs kept barking at the window looking out. I should mention that I live in a ranch. My next door neighbor to the left is 2 minutes away, and the other to my right is like 5 minutes away. My family was already indoors. I was looking at my cameras on my TV when I saw this figure peek out and go back behind the tree. My dogs never bark unless someone is approaching the house. This was just strange. Prayers for you.
That is scary.
So this is apparently, she posted this post because it's been circulating a lot in social media.
We think it's not real. What are your thoughts?
So here's the first picture, and then the second picture, and the third picture. Oh, well, the third picture is just zoomed in. Yeah, that doesn't look real. That doesn't look real at all. You zoom in and it looks so like shopped in, photoshopped. This is the picture that I want y'all to think, and let me know what you think, because sometimes I do think that like ghosts kind of do like fuck with technology, like a lot of the time. This is a picture, 2 screenshots of a FaceTime call. It says, this happened while FaceTiming with a friend. I know it glitched and our call dropped, but this is scary. Happened on Halloween night. You can clearly tell that the girl's like freaking out. You can tell she's like, what the fuck? He probably has something with him. This is the description with pictures as well. There's a lot of pictures. Also, make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, because we're buddies. We're besties. Hit that thumbs up. Comment down if y'all have anything creepy that y'all want to share. I can put it in the next video. Okay? This is our bedroom, and our newborn's crib is next to our bed. Since we came home from the hospital, we have had a series of paranormal activity in our house. This time, it got caught on camera. The first photo is what seemed to be a black mass forming right above our bed. That moment, my husband was taking a nap with our newborn. Second photo is me laying down with my baby, and the figure in pink is my daughter who just got in bed to nap with us. What the fuck? That looks weird. These look like demons in cloaks. What do you all think? I don't know. Especially like if you think about it, like people always go into the hospital. The hospital carries a lot of shit, and if you are like vulnerable, they will go with you and they will follow you. Prayers for you and your family, because that is not fun. So here's a story about somebody who used to be a nurse at LAREDO Mercy Hospital, okay? This is some real shit right here. Okay, I'm a former nurse who worked at Mercy back in 69 to 98. Damn. I was always a day shift worker, but I remember I picked up one night shift due to being short-staffed. That night I was passing medications and I noticed a person standing far back in the hallway just staring at me. It was a female, but she was dressed old-fashioned clothing, almost like a nurse. I ignored it and I went into my patient's room. My patient and I were both talking when I mentioned that I saw someone standing at the end of the hall and I needed to check if they're still there. The patient looked frightened. All of a sudden I said to close the door and just wait inside with her. When I asked why, she said she had been seeing a nurse pass by every night around that time. She would just pass by but not respond when calling her. I asked the patient how she knew she was a nurse and mentioned her uniform, but it wasn't described as a uniform in that time, 1990s. My patient also said she looked grayish with long black hair and barefoot, and that's exactly who I saw at the end of the hallway of the 4th floor. Although I didn't look at her feet to see if she was barefoot, I knew that's exactly who she described. I walked out and she wasn't there anymore. I looked in every room to the end of the hall, which some were vacant at the time. I remember noticing a TV turned on in the very last room. We didn't have TVs on vacant room. Something definitely felt weird all of a sudden. When I headed back to the nurse's station, I asked if anything strange would happen at night, and one nurse mentioned seeing the shadow at the end of the hall entering the last room, which was the room with the TV on. She claimed it felt like a female spirit, and I mentioned I saw her. Everyone was spooked. That whole night, I remember we would all go together and never alone. That is not a good picture. I don't know why, but some stories that I read, very intense. Very, very intense. If you guys stay to the end of the video, I'm gonna show you some sneak peek pictures of the hospital if you've never seen them. This is a photo, and this photo looks so weird. This photo was taken due to the fact the photographer felt a strange presence around them. The owner has heard strange disembodied voices in their ears and witnessed items being thrown and knocked over. They simply can't explain this photo as there is only one person in the property at the time. Yeah, you're not alone. That is so obviously a demon or something very heavy. Pray for me. Ooh. I did not see that picture. It looks so innocent. And then I saw the caption. It says, "I need help. Is it just me or is there a scary face standing at my door?" Oh. I don't want to know. I don't want to know if that's real or not. It looks like somebody like just with their mouth open and like screaming. Okay. This is the very like last picture. This is the last story that I'm gonna talk about. Okay. So I'm even getting goosebumps just talking about it. It's just like so creepy. Everything's creeping me out. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting like goosebumps. Can y'all see? Like, I'm getting goosebumps, bro. In the neighborhood where Mercy Hospital is, there's a very popular house. I can never find it because I haven't really like tried to find it when I would go, but it was called the Witch House, and apparently like nobody ever lasts living there. Like renters just like last a couple months and then they dip because it's like a lot of weird things happen. I don't know much, but I want to try to find people who have lived there and like interview them and try to see what really happened. They were like supposedly saying there's like a lot of poltergeist activity and they just felt very like it was cursed, you know. So there's also a story with that house that connects to Old Mercy Hospital, that there's a demon that guards. It says, remember the story of the demon that guards the old abandoned Mercy Hospital? And this is the house. That's the house. I think it's like abandoned. It looks really bad. And this is a drawing of the demon that they would describe. Somebody drew it. The third one is a picture caught. They had believed that's the demon that they caught, that's always like roaming around like randomly. It's very rare. Like they would always catch pictures of these things. And then there's another picture right here that looks like there's somebody, like something hunched over and standing over the water like the water tank or something. Like I think there's a water tank, but there's just like a lot of weird speculations about a demon guarding the Mercy Hospital, but also connects with that house. That house, nobody stays there, and like it's just so weird, eerie kind of shit. They say the house is across the street of Mercy. It has a wooden fence in front. A lot of people are making fun of it. That's apparently the house. 25 Galveston Street. But they put, oh no, people do live there. They guarded it up with a wooden fence now. So I really want to ask people who live there, but I feel like, what do you guys think? Should I go ahead and ask, like whoever's living there, should I go ahead and ask what it's like to actually live there? Because I know that there's like people that just don't believe in it and they don't really care and they'll stay there. But it's like an older house and a lot of spirits probably are roaming around. So actually, I have two surprises. I'm gonna show you some pictures. I'm gonna show you some pictures of the inside of the Mercy Hospital. Like I think these are like some recent-ish pictures. It looks really messed up. The whole front is broken. The ICU, damn, that's like so old. People are saying that's not scary, that's sad. So that's like the Mercy Hospital. It's like one of the most biggest locations that is very scary. And another thing that I wanted to get into is that I don't know much like about brujeria, to the point where, you know, I'm not gonna I don't know a lot about it. But for the past couple of days, a bird always dies in front of my store. Today we just confirmed the 4th bird. First, it started off with one bird. It started off with one bird. This is like the last thing that I want to talk about. It's fucking weird because I just got a text. This is the last thing that I want to talk about because they just confirmed right now that another fucking bird died. This is literally what is going on. Oh my god, that looks so weird. I don't think that's weird, y'all. There are 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Wait, but there's 5. So every day there's a fucking bird that dies. And it's starting to look like a star.
Are you busy? You think you may let you go? Or?
I just don't know if you want to talk or not. That's what I'm confused about.
Talk to you. You want to know what I've been doing all day?
What?
I've just been sitting on the gator smoking and things. I keep reading the messages you sent me.
I think somebody's doing witchcraft on us like al chile. Look at, I'm gonna send you this picture and tell me that does not look like a fucking star. Nomás falta un pinche pájaro que look, wait, at work. You know how I told you there's birds dying outside? Look at the line. There's a bird in front of my store. And then there's like, it's like nomás falta una on the left bottom corner so it can be a star.
You haven't told anybody about me, right?
No. I'm just starting to freak out.
Maybe a guy you pissed off?
I don't even want to think about that.
Why for so many guys that you pissed off?
None. I mean,